You see my brush? Huh? No? I've been looking for it. Like disappeared. No, no. Go look in his hiding spots for me. Uh-huh. Michael Jordan 23. Peace, peace. Swipe and invite if you can. I closed that. 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 All right. So the topic of discussion is someone on Facebook said black on black crime is just crime like any other crime. Well, they're right. They're right. Right? Crimes happen where you live at. Right? So there's crime in a predominantly Caucasoid community. There's crime there. They have opiates, they have drugs, they have prostitution, they run illegal guns, right? A lot of burglaries, right? All that can be easily seen in um, the FBI crime statistics, right? So if I show you that, you can see all the crimes that happens in Caucasian communities, right? In high numbers, right? So it's disingenuous, right? When you have these, hello, how you doing? It's disingenuous when you have these white supremacists, right? Blatant or covert, blatant white supremacists or covert, right? The covert ones act like they're your so-called ally, right? But when they start bringing up black on black crime, that's not your ally, right? That's not your friend, right? That's not even your associate, right? That's a wolf in sheep clothing, right? That's a wolf in sheep clothing. Yes, deflection, but my position is this: you're in no moral position in light of your history. You are in no moral position for your little pink lips to speak upon black or black crime, right? If I can look in your history and pull up Stalin killed over 20 million other Caucasoids, 20 million other so-called white people, then you have no moral position to speak about Chicago, right? Well, if you want to speak about love one another, do a scope. If that's what's on your heart, then do a scope and speak about love one another. Yeah, it is simple, right? I'm not speaking about that. I'm speaking about these fake ass Caucasoid allies that always want to bring up black on black crime, and they have no moral position to bring up black on black crime when we study their history and the crimes that they did to their own people. It's horrendous. It's inhumane, right? The numbers are staggering. We talk about 20 million destroyed, right? How about when in Germany, right? How many people died in Germany with Hitler and the Jews and Russians and the mongrels, all that? Those numbers add up. Those numbers add up, right? Of course they do. Um, how about when the Irish went into slavery? And I had. Let me see if I can find this picture and show you all these Irish slaves in little cages. Right, it's a black and white picture. Right. Let me see. I think it's on Facebook. I think it's on my Facebook page. Let me see. Right. But once again, that's white on white crime because I believe it was the British who enslaved the Irish. Right? I believe it was the British who enslaved the Irish, right? Yes? Or was it some other Caucasoid nation? Right? So let me see if I can scroll down here and this. Matter of fact, shouldn't it be in my photos? Oh, right? Just give me a second. Just give me a second. All right. It's the British who enslaved the Irish? Okay. That's white on white crime. All fucking day. Okay? Right? So you got the British who enslaved the Irish. Right? Then you had the Roman Catholic Church doing their witch hunts. Um, and, and stealing children for their pedophilia rituals, right? This is all white on white crime. Anybody can do this research. Staggering numbers, staggering. Okay, staggering numbers, right? You have Stalin, you have Mussolini, you have Hitler. Who else? Who else? You have King Leopold II. Who else? Who else? Who else? I mean, these people killed millions upon millions of their own people to start off with, and then killed millions and millions of other people who wasn't their people. You see? So like I said, man, Shatira, what's going on, Shatira? Glad to see you. Glad to see you, Peter Popoff. What's going on? What's up? What's up? If I haven't shouted you out, Joe Mega, peace, peace. Looking forward, one, peace, 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 peace. Ken, HDX, peace. Right? I see you. I see you. Let's making sure I'm giving everybody a little shout out. Libra, Life Love, Pittsburgh, Baneful, N-word, right? Yeah, Little Hawk, peace, peace, right? So what I'm saying is this, man. The brother said it. He said, the brother Joe Meg, I think it was him who said, when they speak about black on black crime, it's a deflection. And I think this is very important for us to understand. Not only is it a deflection, it's the art of distraction. Okay? And the powers that be, they are absolute masters at deflection and the art of distraction. And when they really want to distract Americans from what they're doing, you'll see that we get the blunt. We become the deflection. When I say we, I mean so-called African Americans. We become the deflection. We become the distraction, and all eyes is on us. Now, why do you think that is? It's real simple. If it's not broken, why fix it? All eyes has always been on us. That's the point that I'm making. You know what I'm saying? It's the same old trick. New faces, same trick. Over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Right? It happened to my parents. It happened to my grandparents, my great grandparents, my great great grandparents, so forth and so on. Right? When they want to distract everybody, right? They have a scapegoat. What should I call it? The black goat? Stacy Elevated. Hashtag BN forever, right? So So yeah, man, I think what we should endeavor to do when any one of these little racist imps bring up black on black crime, let's bring up Stalin, let's bring up Mussolini, bring up Leopold, King Leopold II, bring up Hitler. You understand what I'm saying? And when you research these numbers, you will never, ever, ever, ever see any black genocidal maniac that killed 20 million people. You'll never see any black person who killed 100 million people, 30 million people. You won't even find any black person who killed 5 million people. No, they try to bring up Rwanda, right? But I'm a betting man. If I Google right now how many people died in Rwanda, I bet you it's not 5 million. I bet you it's not 3 million. Matter of fact, let's look at it. I could be wrong, right? How many people died in Rwanda? How many people died in Rwanda? Let's see. Jump to death toll and timeline. Death toll. Let's jump right to the death toll. Okay. It says here an estimate 2 million Rwandans, mostly Hutu, were displaced and became refugees. Oh, they became refugees. Excuse me. Let me keep on reading because I thought they were going to say 2 million died. Hold on. Hold on. 800,000 Rwandans may have been murdered. There it is right here. Read it for yourself. Not even a million. 800,000. Right here. There it goes. 800,000 Rwandans may have been murdered. Okay? 2 million Rwandans, mostly Hutu, were displaced and became refugees. All right? So, because the Caucasoid, he's slippery than oil, right? So he brings up, well, how about Rwanda? Like I said, nowhere near 6 million people, nowhere near 20 million people, 30 million, 100 million people, nowhere near, right? See, I think they forgot that those Caucasoids responsible for killing 20 million of their own people was practicing on their own people first before they went out to kill black people. That's usually how it works. They first start with their own people to see if the system, the mechanism of killing is efficient. And then when they figure out, okay, this shit really works, let us take this shit to Africa and kill some people over there with the same mechanism that we just killed 20 million of our people with. You see? So, I think the most genocide of black on black crime that we know of is 800,000 Rwandans were murdered in that Hutu versus whatever over there. Not even 1 million, right? So I think it's even foolish of them to even bring up 800,000 when I'm talking about your own people, white on white crime, over 20 million, over close to or over 6 million in Germany. You see what I'm saying? So But anyone, feel free to come up in the beam. What's up, Pretty Papa? Shalom, shalom. Right? Feel free to come up in the beam, man. If you have any information you want to share with the family that I didn't mention. All the serial killers are mostly white. AR-15 little cunts going around wiping people out for nothing. They say Russia was an act of war in Poland. They definitely bring up Charles Taylor and Idi Amin. But Idi Amin, let's see how many people Idi Amin killed. I'm telling you, I bet you he didn't kill nowhere near 6 million. How many people Idi Amin killed? Let me see. How many people did Idi Amin kill? How many people did Amin really kill? Okay, Daily Monitor. Let's see. Let's see how many he killed. Just give me a second. Between 80,000 and 300,000. Nowhere near a million. Between 80,000 and 300,000. The number of people killed by Amin at between 80,000 and 300,000. Another estimate by Exile Organizations and Amnesty International put the number of people killed at 500,000 out of the 12 million Ugandans at the time. Even 500,000 is not 1 million, right? And this is how I deal with these white supremacists and a trick bag, right? So when I tell you that they are not in any moral position to form their little thin pink lips and bring up black on black crime with their long, lengthy track record of white on white crime that's up and beyond 20 million people. 20 million people. Now, let's see how many Irish were slaves by the British. That's white on white crime. How many Irish were enslaved by the British? And then we're gonna take a gander at the FBI crime report to see some more white on white crime, okay? Because they ain't doing that crime in our fucking neighborhoods. So it's in their neighborhoods. Make sense? Okay. Irish were indentured servants, not slaves, blah, blah, blah. That's not what I want to see. I want to see how many is estimate. The Irish and the Anglo-Caribbean servants or slaves. Okay, let's go here. Well, I think if you put somebody in a fucking cage, you're a slave. Because I seen the pictures. They had them packed like sardines in fucking cages. At first, I thought I was looking at something from the Holocaust, right? When I first seen it. And then I started reading, and it was the Irish, right? So let's see. When John Greenham asked the question, were the Irish slaves in Barbados, in an Irish Times article on 7th September 2015, he answered in the affirmative. He claimed that there were Irish slaves in Barbados in the mid-17th century. Refusing to call them slaves is quibbling. Okay. I just want to get to the number. I'm just looking for the number. I wish I could find that article that I had before. It's on one of my social media platforms. I forgot where it's at, and I saved it. I'm not sure if it's Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, right? Right. Matter of fact, that's what I do. Let's be quicker. Picture of Irish slaves in cages. There we go. I should be able to find it faster than that. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This is what I was talking about, right? Those are Irish slaves jam-packed in there. Look at this shit here. Look at this shit here. Hold on. Look at this shit here. Those are Irish people jammed up in cages. Look at that. Right? You see that? That's white on white crime. The British did that shit to them. Then when you go into the research and see how they ripped the father away from the children and the mother away from the children and the siblings away from each other, right? They destroyed them, the British, right? Let me make sure it was the British. I think it was the British. Let me see. Hold on. Let me go back here. Here's another image of Irish slaves. Right? That's another image. What the hell is this? That's not it. So the point that I'm making, right? Even when we are dealing with the slavery of the Ottoman Empire, right? Those were white Muslims from Turkey, the Ottoman Empire, right? And they enslaved the Greeks. They took over Greece and enslaved the Greeks, right? So the same thing pretty much the British did to the Irish, the Ottoman Empire, these white Muslims, Caucasoid Muslims from Turkey, enslaved other white people in Greece, right? So you have no moral position as a Caucasoid, right, to bring up black on black crime. This is my argument. Are you fucking blind to your own history? Right? What about black on black crime? Motherfucker, what about white on white crime? Are you fucking serious? Hold on, Madness. I'm trying to get you, man. There we go. Are you fucking serious, man? See what Magnus has to say on this. Excuse me.
Yeah.
You?
Yeah. Good day, Chief.
Yeah, thank you for calling me Chief. That I am. Okay.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Turtle Allen, the DG.
So basically, I wanted to bring up, that fat tabalar that, as Mike called him, that fat motherfucker, neocon. He said, he's always bringing up percentages and talking about, oh, black people are just 13% of the population and they commit so. So I brought it to his attention, and I keep bringing it to his attention, that white people are just 10% of the Earth's population. But look at how much violence and evil they've spread throughout the world. So if you want, no, that's not the same thing. No, that's not the same thing. That's war. That's war. He's just crying like a little bitch that he is. That's. I mean, really, if you look at it like that, if we're just 13% and we commit X amount of crimes, X percentage of the crimes, and they're just 10%, and they've killed every freaking dark person on this planet. They've committed violence against everybody else. I mean, it's not even comparable. Like, we're not even comparing apples to oranges. We're comparing apples to like rats. Like, it doesn't even make sense. So dude is Hold up, what? Pretty, pretty keep calling me a Edomite, man. What's up with this lady, man? Your fine ass. Like, you see, she said that's my favorite black white dude. I love you too, pretty. But that's pretty much what I wanted to add, man. What you said makes a whole lot of sense, and it kind of echoes what Farrakhan mentioned. I know you don't like Farrakhan, but they were interviewing Farrakhan.
Wait, wait. It's not that I don't like Farrakhan. I just don't
Right,
trust Farrakhan, right? You know,
right, right,
me to like you, I have to know you. you
right,
you
right,
know, hey, I have to know you personally. I have to feel your energy, right?
right.
But I just don't trust Farrakhan. You know,
And, and,
I think he's not the same Farrakhan that I grew up listening to, right?
right, right.
But that's my own personal opinion. No, but it's not that I don't like him,
I
right?
mean,
I have no ill feelings towards him, right? I just don't trust him. That's all. He's a Mason.
right,
I, I don't trust Freemasons. I don't care what color you are. That's just me,
right,
right?
right. And that's fair. That's fair, and I can respect that. But there was an interview a few years ago where this white interviewer was interviewing Farrakhan, and he was talking about all the corruption in Nigeria, and Farrakhan had to bring it to his attention, had to call him out and say, "You're in no moral position to be moralizing on anybody for all the shit you've done on earth." So, and it kind of echoes what you're saying right now. So they're in no moral position to correct anybody and wag their finger in anybody's
Right,
face.
right. And this is why, in my own little way, I'm showing our people who have been confronted with the black on black argument, the black on black crime argument, or they might in the future be confronted with the black on black crime argument, is just to show them the white on white crime.
Right. Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
the numbers are staggering. The numbers are staggering. Okay, you won't find one black person. So far, we haven't found one black person, one black tyrant, one black genocidal maniac, one black devil killing 1 million of his own people. We
At
found
all.
5,000. We found the Rwanda was up to 800,000. But when you bring up Stalin, 20 million of his own people,
Right.
and they say this is their argument when I bring that up. Well, most of those 20 million, he starved to death. Holy shit! So he was that was more humane, starving his own people to death.
Like
He
that's
still
supposed to
killed
make
them.
it right.
Yeah, that's a slow death.
That's
That's
more
a
savage. That's that savage shit.
that's worse. That's a slow death.
That's that savage shit.
If he was merciful, he would have killed him, you know, with a fucking guillotine or something, chop his head right off. You know what I'm saying? No suffering, right? So if he starved him to death, that's worse. But that's the argument they bring up. Well, technically, he starved most of those 20 million. Oh, really? Then you feel that's a good thing.
I mean, it's
It's
just.
not like Chicago, where the gangs are shooting with guns. He just starved his people.
I mean, and they make it a significant part of their world and their country to incarcerate people, and they call themselves civilized. With this prison industrial complex, that's part of the fabric of this country, and they call themselves civilized, and that's not savage. That's savage as fuck. You depend on people.
Wait. Let's not be uh, 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 naive here.
Okay.
But I'm gonna show you why. They are civilized, but I'm gonna show you why. Right? You see this guy right here? Huh?
Right.
You see what he got on his waist?
Right. The
That means they,
triangle.
that means they're civilized, right? And they got their civilization from this guy over here.
Right.
Listen,
Right.
right? So they went into his tombs, went into his halls, and got all the information off the papyrus, off the walls, right? Whitewashed it, reversed the energy from an upright pyramid to a downright pyramid, and used the energy and the sciences that he got from this guy to civilize himself and then to turn around and enslave us guys. You see?
Ain't that a bitch? Right.
And that's
Right.
why I don't trust Freemasons. It's real simple. What has a Freemason done for you lately? Take your time, I'll wait. Right? Take your time, I'll wait. All right? But
Right.
Masonry started with these guys right here with the master apron. These the ones who built pyramids and shit. They're the master masons. Left foot forward, right? You see the left foot forward right there, right? So,
Wow.
so
So you, yeah.
just let me hold on.
So this fat slob says stupid shit like, "Oh, I only think about history from the 1970s till now." Like, he says stupid shit like that.
Listen,
Like it's just selective memory, selective outrage.
listen,
It's just
listen. He's a he's a he's a waste of breath. He's a waste of energy. He is a professional troll, right? Just like Candace Owens is a professional troll. I say Candace Owens is more of a professional troll than he is, right? Like
right,
he's a professional troll in the making. You can't debate a professional troll. They don't listen to reason. And that's why you can't debate them, because they have an agenda. And they're
right,
going to say a blueprint. And nothing you say is going to convince them of anything, because they're not there for you to convince. They're there to spew their rhetoric
right, right, right.
that coincide with their agenda, right?
They're there to sell you on their worldview and shit. That's it.
Listen. The proof is in the pudding, man.
Right.
Proof is in the pudding, right? When you have a person that's scared to show their face, that speaks volumes.
That's right.
What you scared of? What you scared of, man? No. You so brave, you so tough, you so this, you so that. Then why you don't show your face? Right? I show my face all the goddamn time. I show my face, I show my face, I show my son's face, my daughter's face.
True.
Everybody know how my family look,
True.
right?
True.
Ain't no fucking secret over here, right?
Right.
Right? Because I know, you know, whatever's going to happen is going to happen anyway, if I show my face or not.
True.
You just have to be prepared to handle a situation when it comes your way, right? And that's it. Covering your face ain't going to stop you from being touched.
Hmm.
Never think that shit,
So you
because
trying to?
you might get touched on the humble.
I might just start a scope after this one. I
You
might
might
show my face after this.
you might get you might
Psych.
get he might be somewhere, right, with a motherfucker who never was on Periscope
Right.
and say the wrong goddamn thing, and he's going to get touched.
Right. Right.
Right? It's real simple, right?
Right.
All right. Or he might be in a bar somewhere and have a little too much alcohol that make him feel really brave, and he want to say the wrong shit in earshot of the wrong motherfucker, and he's going to get touched. It's really that simple, man. So I don't worry about dudes like that at all, at all. You
Yeah.
know, because they don't bring no worth to humanity. They don't bring no worth to their own people. They don't bring no worth to humanity. If your claim to fame is to be an admitted uh, 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 damn, what's that called? He's not a pedophile. It's called something else when you're attracted to when you're attracted to 16-year-olds.
Oh, they got a word for that.
They have a word for that. I just learned it
It's
like
a
2 or 3.
this a fucking criminal. That's what that sounds like.
Right? But like he like having intercourse with uh, um 16 and older. He claims it's an epophile. Let me see, epophile. Yeah,
Apple.
yeah. I think that might be an epophile.
Nah. Okay.
Epo, primary sexual interest to mid to late adolescence from 15 to 19. He's right. This is it right here. F
Apophile. Ain't that
F-E-O
something?
Ephebophilia, and they are attracted to ages 15 to 19. Right?
I mean, this motherfucker said he goes to the park and he hands them ice cream to attract them to come to him. Like he said, and he's looking for the one with the pigtails. Like stupid shit, criminal. That's just a criminal to me, man. That needs his fucking ass whooped, or he need to be put in a room full of sharks, man.
Right? But here's the thing that speaks volumes too about a man who's attracted to a person in that age group because he thinks he can manipulate the situation.
He
Right?
actually used that word. He
And it's
used
all
that word.
and also it speaks volumes to um, his insecurity of dating someone his own. You see, so maybe if he found somebody 16 and upwards to 19, maybe he feels he can have power over the relationship. It might be a power thing, right? And being able to manipulate their young mind so he can always have his will done, right? See
Right.
what I do, I like looking at the psychosis of a motherfucker, right? Like what possibly would make a motherfucker do what they do, right? But I'm never surprised when it comes to the Caucasoid, right? They have done some outlandish, right? Like who the fucks go to sleep and dream about creating a nuclear bomb that can destroy millions of people and the soil for at least for 20 years?
I mean, yeah, that's true.
No, really, we really got to think of the psychosis of the individual who came up with the idea. Oh shit, let's split some atoms and shit, and we can create a nuclear bomb, and we wipe everybody out.
It's fucking psycho shit, man. I
Yes,
mean, yeah, straight up. I mean, if you think of it, I was having a debate with, another white supremacist. He was telling me all this bullshit about them being superior. And I said, the only reason the Europeans had superior weapons over some of the Africans is because they were too busy trying to kill each other. So that was where they invested all their energy, trying to make better weapons to destroy each other and
let me
shit.
tell you. Let me tell you. This is what I think. The only reason why they're superior is because the Moors civilized Europe.
No, I don't even accept that they're
If, no,
superior.
no. You know what? They think they're superior.
Right,
But
right, right,
but the only reason why they even think they're superior is because the Moors civilized Europe,
right.
right? All the sciences, mathematics, astronomy, astrology, whatever else, right, was brought from the east to the west. When the Moors got there, they wasn't confronted with universities of higher learning that was erected by European hands. When they got there, those motherfuckers wasn't even washing their ass. They wasn't even taking. They had to open up the bathhouses that the Romans left, and then add several thousand more to that.
Damn.
You understand? So
True.
so you have to really do is just see what the Romans said in the 8th century when they tried to civilize them first,
Right, right.
and they was ran out of there, right, by hordes of the Goths and whatever else, Slavs and whatever else was running around, I mean, half naked and furry, right? With with, with they didn't even have a articulate speech.
Right, right.
They spoke in grunts. I'm not saying this. I'm just conveying what other European scholars has already afforded us, right?
True.
When you research how Vikings talk, they talk with grunts. And that was predominant language throughout fucking Europe. When the Romans got there, they spoke in grunts. The Romans said that they didn't have an articulate language like Latin. See, Latin is an articulate language, right?
Right.
The Romans say these motherfuckers in the Western world didn't have an articulate language. And they sound like the braying of an ass. You know what the braying of an ass means?
Never heard of it. That shit sound crazy though.
Braying of an
Bray.
ass, the sound that a donkey make.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know, that funny ass
Right.
sound. So basically, the Romans said they sound like fucking animals. Their speech wasn't articulate. Right? So, even today, what is our numerals called?
Roman numerals.
The numeral system that we have, what is called?
It's the Roman numerals.
No, it's not.
What numeral?
Try again.
No, I don't know what it is. What is it?
It's the Arabic numerals.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the Arabic, yeah.
Right? Because the Arabic brought the zero. There's no zero in numerals.
Right.
You understand? And you need 01010101001 to create what? Huh? Hello?
Shit.
Magnus.
Yeah, what up?
You need 010101001 to create what?
The computer. What? I don't even know. I don't know what answer you're looking for.
Computer codes. Computer coding. All that shit.
Okay.
Binary codes. Right?
Okay.
You need a zero and a one with a binary code. That's how it started.
Okay.
And if it wasn't for the Moors giving them Arabic numerals, you wouldn't have no fucking binary code.
Ain't that something?
That's what I'm saying.
I think I'm out of my depth with this one.
But see, this is what I'm saying, is that the contributions that the black Muslims, the blackamoors, they called them, they didn't call them the whiteamoors, they called them the blackamoors. Look up blackamoor, Blackamoor, blackamoor. It wasn't for the blackamoors bringing them the goddamn Arabic numeral system and teaching them about mathematics and astronomy and astrology and other high sciences, right? The European wouldn't be where he's at today.
Right.
So the foundation of the European civilization is Moorish. Right? Even how they dress with long sleeve clothes, that it takes a needle and a thread to sew two garments together. All that's Moorish. Because when the Moors got there, they still was wearing dead animal carcass thrown around their motherfucking shoulders and wrapped around their feet and tied together with the dried entrails of a goddamn animal. That was their belt and shoelace, if you will. Dried animal guts, dried animal intestines. This is history. Right? Any European scholar who teaches Western world history is going to tell you these things.
Come on, Jade.
You understand?
No, I learned. Yeah,
They create tailoring. They even got tailoring from us. So it kills me when people say, "Oh, that's the European clothes." No, it's not, motherfucker. That's Moorish clothes. Those are Moorish clothes they're wearing. Anytime you take two garments and sew it together in the Western world, they got that from the Moors. Before that, they was wearing animal skins. Yes, princess. Go.
Well, this is, you see, you're more versed in this realm than I am. I don't even go that far. I'm not a historian, but I definitely understand that you've done a lot more of that work. So I'll take your word for it. But
no.
No, I mean, I'm not just gonna start preaching it, but
hear me.
No, I hear you. Yeah.
But listen, man. I never want anyone to take my word for anything. I can point you in the right direction and say, do your own due diligence, do your own research. Right? Don't take my word on face value alone. It's not a good look.
No, right? No, definitely. Right.
Not a good look. I urge anybody to research every goddamn thing I'm saying. Right? And if I read it, that means it's public knowledge.
Right.
right? And it came from white academia. All the information I just told you came from white scholars, Caucasian scholars, white academia. This is what they said happened in the history of the Western world. And I read it. And maybe they thought I wouldn't read it, but I did. And probably a million more other black people read the same thing too, right? White or Jewish. So you see, I don't play that game, white or Jewish. If your ass is recessive gene, you're white.
That's what I say. Ludwig always trying to convince me that there's a difference.
If you're a dominant gene, you're black.
I agree.
No gray area.
I agree.
If I could pull up a Jewish person and clearly he's recessive gene, according to Mendel's law, he's a Caucasoid all day, every day. So I don't get into the word game. Is he white or are they Jewish? He's recessive. And if he stays too long in the sun, he's going to catch melanoma. Just like the Jews over there now is struggling with in Israel. There's a high melanoma amongst Caucasian Jews over there in Israel. Go look it up. Right? So that means they're a recessive gene. Just like you, the person who claimed to be white.
Who you talking about, me?
Right? I'm speaking in general. Just like you, the person who claims to be Aryan. You're a recessive gene too. And you're prone to catch motherfucking melanoma too. Just like any other recessive gene person. Right? So I like keeping, in the boundaries, of science, if I can, right? Because we can get lost in all these different labels that been placed on people, or these
distinctions.
Yeah, science. It's called Mendel's law. Look it up.
I mean, I don't even go that deep into it. As long as there were Jewish slave owners.
Yeah, motherfucker, science. It's called Mendel's law.
I mean, as long as as long as there's Jewish slave owners and Jews benefit from the subjugation of black people, they're all the same to me. I'm sorry, like I don't make a distinction.
Funny how blacks never call out Jews for what? Without apologizing. This must be the first time you're on my scope, because a few scopes ago, right? I pulled the information written by a Jewish man about the part they played in slavery. And I said, we deserve an apology. You would see that scope? What, man? What's the problem?
Can I get duck on with Kelly?
Go. Right? I just did a scope a few days ago, showing from a Jewish man's book, a Jewish author, him citing their part in slavery. And I said, since everybody's about, making somebody apologize because of something that they said that was hurtful, then we deserve an apology too, as African Americans.
Right.
Maybe this is your first time on my scope. But you're going to be okay, Nazi. Okay? You'll probably be a Nazi, or at the very least, a National Socialist, right? No, wait. A white nationalist, at the very, very least, right? So it's either you're a white nationalist at the bottom, a National Socialist in the middle, or your ass is a full-blown goddamn Nazi.
It's all white supremacy to me, man. I don't.
No, because anytime I see these Caucasians come on here and they crying about the Jews, right? It's because they have Jew-phobia, right?
Right.
And a lot of times it's compounded with Negrophobia, right? Got Jew-phobia, Negrophobia. So, Magnus, I'm going to shoot you down.
All right.
He has to say. Go ahead and shoot down. All right. Hello.
How we doing, gentlemen?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Yeah. So, I mean, I've heard everything you said before. It's nothing new. as far as immediately trying to slander somebody who ever brings up anything about the Jewish power that actually exists right now.
Wait. Stop right there. I just want to make sure I understood you correctly. You said, I heard what you said before, and I always try to slander anyone who comes on and speak about the Jewish power. Is that it?
As soon as somebody was said in the chat, you were like, well, white supremacists, white nationalists, at the very least, all this and that,
Yeah.
because you brought up the question.
Can I tell you why?
I mean,
No.
Sure.
I'm going to share with you why, right? Because I think for the most part, right, when we are talking about hate crimes perpetrated against black people in the last, let's say, 20 years, it's been done by a Caucasoid who's a part of a white nationalist group, a neo-Nazi group. They have motherfucking SWAT stickers. They're saying Heil Hitler, 88/14, the 14 words, the whole 9 yards, right? Now, if it was for the last 20 years, right, hate crimes perpetrated against so-called African Americans was done by Jewish people, if that was proven it, maybe I have a different argument in this day and time, right?
So here's what I would say to that.
Okay, go ahead.
So that's a very general statement. Obviously, there's not a specific incident you're pointing to. You're just saying, in general, you observe that there are a lot of hate crimes happening. And when you do see those hate crimes happening, that it is white American people who are perpetrating that.
According to a police investigation, the culprits involved professed some type of white supremacy, and it was a part of some type of white supremacy group and or militia, far right, and their views against black people and Jews and illegals and homosexuals and so forth and so on. This shit is not a secret, really.
Well, I mean, again, you're making general statements. We would have to look at specific incidents, to actually discuss it and break down, the details of a specific incident.
All right.
But
do you remember the incident where they see a black guy, I think it was in Texas somewhere, just walking on the road, minding his business, and they decide, hey, let's put a fucking noose around his neck and drag him behind a goddamn pickup truck until his head pops off. You remember that?
So that means by extension, not specifically, to be honest, but the point is still, your point is valid. That's a terrible thing to happen. But are you saying by extension that because there have been crimes in America where they were racially motivated, that anybody who comments on the state of the power hierarchy in America is therefore a white supremacist? I'm not seeing how you're connecting the two things.
Okay, I'm gonna say it over. I'm just gonna say it over one more time, and if you get it, you get it. If you don't, then you don't.
Fair enough.
I said within the last 20 years, the majority of hate crimes in this country perpetrated against so-called African Americans, the culprits had some ties with white supremacist groups.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the definition of a hate crime. It wouldn't be categorized as a hate crime if it wasn't racially motivated or perpetrated by a hate group. That's the definition of a hate crime, right?
Right. The reason why I said that, right, is because I further went on and said, if the last 20 years, these hate crimes was perpetrated by Jewish people, then I might be having a different argument right now.
How do you know they weren't?
Because the investigation of the police. Do you trust the police? Do you want to fund the police or defund the police?
Well, see, this is kind of where I was getting to. There's kind of this dichotomy of two separate realities being held in people's heads. One is that the entire system is corrupt. The entire system is systemically racist, and everything is false information that's being given to us, and we can't trust any of it. But then on the other hand, when somebody, wants to make an argument for something and they want to use evidence that could support their argument, then they will completely flip on the previous understanding of reality that they try to explain. And then all of a sudden, the evidence is real, the facts are real,
right.
statistics are real.
I got you. So pretty much, right, the police investigations in regards to these Caucasoid people who killed black people and got caught, and it was caught and found to have an association with white supremacist groups, is a lie. All of them was Jewish.
I'm asking because police investigation, in one conversation, it'll say that we can't trust police investigations, but in another situation, they'll say, well, they're going to use police investigations as supporting evidence for their argument. So, you can't have it both ways.
When our own government has admitted, right, that white supremacists have infiltrated the police force, that's also, up in the air. It's fake news, right? Because Trump says news media is fake news, right? But even though we have police officers who've been caught throwing up white power symbols and was reprimanded, fired, or whatever, right? Just by throwing up a white power symbol, right?
What's a white power symbol?
You have to research it. It's different white power symbols. They form their hands.
I know there was a hoax about people trying to say the OK symbol was a white power symbol. That's fake.
You asked me a question. I'm trying to answer it. You can't ask me a question, and as I'm answering it, you just feel that you have to talk over me as I answer you.
Cool, man. Go ahead.
Right? We're having a civilized discussion. We might not agree, but at least we both can be civil.
All right, get on with it.
Right? Okay. So what I'm saying is that you asked what is a white power symbol, and I'm explaining they contort their fingers and their hands in certain symbols, certain ways, right?
Oh, you mean like gang signs?
Yeah, something like gang signs, but white people understand it exclusively for themselves. Exactly.
Yeah, that's not true.
It's not true?
No, I'm white. That's not true. I've never seen that in my life.
Never seen a white power symbol in your life? Where you live at?
I've lived all over the place, my friend. I'm also ex-military, and there's no such thing as a white power hand symbol.
All your years. That's amazing. So I guess maybe the news is fake news.
I mean, there's definitely fake news. But the whole thing about hand signals and white power stuff, that's bullshit. That's all fake.
Unfucking believable. Hold on. So how about Masonic hand symbols? That's bullshit too?
Well, Masonic is its own secret society. That's not a racial supremacy thing. It's a fucking secret society cult. Yeah, that's totally different. I'm sure they do. And if they didn't, how would I know?
Freemasons is a part of white supremacy. You see?
Well, see, this is the problem. You can claim everything is tied. Right. You can make that claim about anything in a country that is predominantly white. I mean, you can always say that. It doesn't mean it's accurate or backed up by evidence, but you can always make that claim. It's not really an interesting argument.
Our hand symbols. Because somebody is lying.
Yeah, there's a lot of people lying. The entire government has been taken over by extremist leftists and Marxists. The Black Lives Matter organization is a fraud, and it's run by George Soros, and it's funded by extreme leftists and anarchists. There's a lot of bullshit going on, man.
So this is the 23 hand sign. This is the 88 hand sign, Heil Hitler. This is the Aryan Brotherhood of Texas hand sign.
I've never seen any of that in my life. Maybe that's like prison shit. I don't know.
This is the first time you've seen it. Aryan Nation.
Well, that's what I'm saying, bro. I've lived my entire life in this country, and if I've never seen them, then they must not be very prevalent, or they must be used in really tight, closed, secluded areas, or it's a lot of propaganda bullshit, just like a lot of other stuff.
That's a Heil Hitler hand sign. The Hitler salute. You never seen that before?
Well, that's from Germany, bro. That's the SS Army. That's not a fucking a white supremacy American hand sign. That's from Germany, and that's pretty old from World
Here's
War II.
a Korean hand sign, right? White supremacists, KKK, right? It's a whole bunch.
That's the stupid one I was talking about right there. The OK symbol.
Right?
Oh my god. So anyway, back to the original thing that we kind of detract.
No. We're going to look at these white hand signs to help you see, because you've never seen them before.
Who gives a shit about them? Who cares?
Now you give a shit about them. All right, buddy. I'm
gonna get the next I really don't, to be honest.
Later. Next. Now put all these Caucasoids throwing up they white racist hand signs, right? Now he don't give a shit.
See, right? What he did was he tried to play the "I'm white and I say so" game.
Yeah.
The first off, he said all that OK hand symbol for white supremacy, that's all fake. Then you pull it up. Then he says, well, I ain't never seen it. The fact of the matter is this. The first question you should have asked him is, are you a part of it? Because he said all of that is fake, right? It's all fake news, right? You should have asked him, are you a part of a white supremacy group, white nationalist group? Because the fact of the matter is this, if he's not a part of a white nationalist group, who says that he would necessarily know the fucking symbols, right? Mm-hmm. But that's neither here nor there. What he tried to do is he tried to say that we cannot, as black people, make the argument that this is a white supremacist or a system of white supremacy, and then go off and use the data that the system itself puts out there. He's saying that you're going to each other, right? It goes against each other. But the thing is what he doesn't get is these two things are not mutually exclusive. You can have one thing going on and have the other thing going on. What he tried to do is he tried to run the okie doke by saying, well, if it's a white supremacist system, then, any crime that has to do with this is obviously going to be considered a crime, a white supremacist crime, and all this other bullshit. He's trying to run game, and what he's thinking is, listen, you're black and you can't figure it out.
Listen, he came on here with his Jew phobia, so I already knew.
Yeah, of course.
I already knew it's either one, because this is what got him really, a little irate. Is when I said, at the very least, you're a white nationalist, or in the middle, a national socialist, or a full-fledged fucking Nazi, right?
Right.
And that bothered him. Why would it bother him? Because he's a part of one of them. That's why it bothered him, right? And first thing he came on here was with his Jew phobia. How come blacks ain't calling out the Jews for an apology and blah 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 blah? Pink toes, please.
I find it funny that they run these fucking bullshit ass fucking games and think that black folks is too stupid to see exactly what the fuck they're doing. They think that black folks is too stupid, you know what I mean, to sit around and call them out.
And that's a good thing, right? Because it's always good for us when a group of people underestimate us.
Absolutely.
Thinking we're stupid. Let them keep on underestimating us. That's going to be their mistake.
Right. No, I agree with that shit.
I want the white supremacists to think we're stupid. Because when they think that we're stupid and we're dumb, they don't have the gaze on us. Oh, those dumb animals. Those are fucking monkey faces. Don't worry about them. These motherfuckers got a low IQ and blah, 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 blah. Beautiful. We don't need you watching us every fucking second of the day. Right? Keep up the good work.
Yeah, I mean, this shit is dumb. At this point, man, none of these people are they're never making any kind of valid point, or they're trying to use the "I'm white and I say so" fucking argument. And this shit is getting old, dude.
That's their main argument.
That is their main argument.
Say so argument.
Yeah, I'm white and I say so. There ain't no white supremacist hand signals because I say so. I'm white. I'm white. If they had white supremacist hand signals, I would know. That's a dumb argument.
Mm-hmm. And then he act like, then he want to act like, because I caught him out there, right? I said, well, the Freemasons, they have hand signals, right? He was like, yeah, but that's different. I said, they part of white supremacy, right?
Right.
And to be going to say that they're not is a bold-faced lie.
Well, he also tried to say that fucking the hell Hitler.
The founding fathers were Freemasons, and they were racist. They believed that whites should have a superior position and blacks should have an inferior position. They didn't believe in the integration of both races. They didn't believe that we should have the right to vote and sit in a juror position, right, in the courtroom. They didn't believe that intermingling with what's that, biracial dating and all that. They didn't believe in that.
Right.
And these were the founding fathers, and these motherfuckers were Freemasons. Throwing up hand signals.
Right. Well, what his other argument, I thought it was really funny. That he said, oh, well, the hell Hitler, son, that was German. That's Germany. That's not American. Motherfucker, they use that fucking signal out here. Fuck out of here.
That's what I told him. I said, it's here. What the fuck is you talking about? They're doing it here. Like especially the skinheads. How many times we seen a clip of the skinheads throwing up the Hail Hitler sign with their bald heads, with their bald pink heads, right? Shiny and shit, right?
Is separation racist?
No. It's survival.
That's a dumb question. He said, "Is separation racist?"
No,
it's separation.
It's called self-preservation, right? It's called let's get the fuck out of an abusive relationship. That's what it's called, right? You know.
No. You wear a lot of their symbols.
Speaking of Freemasonry, you wear a lot of their symbols. No, it's not their symbols. They got these symbols from us.
Oh, shit.
Right? They're copying our ancestors and taking our ancestor symbols, right? And applying it to their bullshit. Like the cross symbol, the hexagram symbol, the crescent moon with a star symbol. These are all symbols used by melanated people of the planet Earth. Right?
Oh, you're not supposed to know that, Juju.
The swastika symbol, right? Right? Even Madame Blavatsky told you she got it from the brown people, the swastika, up in the motherfucking Himalayan mountains, did it in Tibet. She told you that in her own book, that she got it from the brown people, the swastika. That Hitler decides to turn in a certain direction to give it a more uniform twirling effect. You understand? But it looks like we have another guest who want to come up here, and his profile picture, he looks real serious. The one and only, the legendary motherfucking Ice Wolf from Atlantis.
Ice Wolf from Atlantis.
The one and only Ice Wolf from Atlantis.
Oh, Atlantis.
This is the last surviving Atlantean.
Wait a second. Atlantis was real. And you know it. Listen. The only thing I gotta say is to you guys is this: separation is the only answer. Let's stop with the bullshit, playing games.
Right.
Let's separate.
Absolutely.
You know, I want black, and I love.
I'm gonna tell you, Ice Wolf.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, man. Right? I'll look out for you, you Caucasoid people.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I will send you back to the land of your ancestors, the Neander Valley, the Neander Basin, and the Caucasus Mountain. It's prime.
Listen,
and those cave taverns goes miles and miles deep. You can put a Starbucks in there. You can put a motherfucking movie theater in there. You can put condos. You can put and you go even deeper, it has its own ecosystem.
Oh,
right?
no doubt. Listen.
So you can bring,
JuJu.
and then on top of that, you can put a wall around the whole area of the Caucasus Mountains to keep everybody out. And then you can practice your form of eugenics
All right.
in peace and recreate the great Aryan man of Nordic lore. We're talking about.
Hey, you know what? The fact of the matter is, because they haven't been there for so long, their land is very, very fertile now. So that's good land out there.
What's up, Izzy?
Very fertile land.
Listen, let me show you how beautiful the Caucasus Mountains is in the springtime. Absolutely.
Hey, well, hold on. Let me throw a comment out there. Hold on a second. I'm going to say this. You motherfuckers have been talking shit for the last couple weeks, and I will say this to you. The only answer is separation. You motherfuckers won't talk about it because you're scared. Separate right now.
That's cool.
Ice Wolf. I don't believe you. I can't believe you formed your little pink lips to say that shit. That's been my message from day one, going back.
All right, so listen.
I'm the one who says, yeah, let's separate.
All right, you know what?
I think we're at
the point we got to stop this nonsense and separate. And listen, I got no problem with black people. I like Izzy, I like JuJu. And the thing is this, separate. That's all.
Look at your ancestral home. Look how beautiful and green it is in the spring.
And you know he ain't. You know he hasn't seen that land in so long. He's become ice.
This is all prime real estate. Look,
that is lush real estate. It's no longer all icy. It's not as much ice these days. Ice Wolf.
Oh hell no! Wait a second. Wait a second.
Mountains.
Yo, listen. Wait a second, you motherfuckers! You're gonna go back to Africa?
Home of your ancestors, man.
Wait a second.
At that. We're gonna go back to our homeland.
Look at that.
You motherfuckers going back to Africa?
We're gonna go back to our homeland, Ice Wolf. Don't worry about it. We're just trying to make sure you see your beautiful homeland.
I'm down with it, bro. I'm just saying
that is your homeland.
Africa.
Embrace it.
Wait a second. You embrace going back to Africa.
We embrace our homeland.
Suck it. You gotta go back to Africa, man.
Where's your homeland? Where's our homeland?
Africa.
Our homeland is everywhere else except the Caucasus Mountains.
Oh, hell no. Oh,
hell yes.
Hell no.
Hell yes.
Bullshit.
Y'all go back to where you guys came from, and we will stay where we came from.
Bro.
I don't even know why.
You go back to Africa.
I know why you want to go home to your ancestors. The Neander Valley, the Neander Basin, the Caucasus Mountains, prime real estate, mountainous views, right